All right, this puts an end to the piles versus stack controversy that's been plaguing the woodhound community. I've got it solved right here for you today. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the channel today. My name is Matt. This is Firewood in the Field, and a little bit of an apology to my regular viewers. I've been out of YouTube for a little while. Things are okay. I'm good. Life's just busy. Life's good. Life is great. I'm so blessed. All the great things I have in my life, but work, busy family, lots of stuff going on in the summer. It's I don't know if there's ever really an off season for firewood, but for me, if there ever was one, this would be it. But I do want to get some content out to you. I actually have some content I recorded that I never published. It was me splitting a tote with the 28 Pro X. And I may not even publish it because I did such a poor job splitting that tote. I made that Wolf Ridge machine look bad. But I'll go back and look and see. I'll probably get it out there for you guys at some point. I recorded that a couple months ago. I just haven't had time to do any editing or get to things. So a couple quick things have been going on in my life. The kids are at summer break. My daughter's gymnastics. She had a competition in Oklahoma at Nationals that she went to with her team. That kept us busy. Of course, I didn't travel there. My wife did. And my son has got a summer job again at the Boom Shack. I had a video last year about this time when he got his first job, and it's kind of neat. It's the same building where I had my first job in my early teenage years at a fireworks retailer. And otherwise, work is work. It's running like crazy. My wife and I took a little weekend getaway. We went and saw Weird Al Yankovic at Ozark Amphitheater in Camdenton, Missouri, and it was awesome. I mean, it was fantastic. I always have liked Weird Al. I'm of that generation. I never really followed his music real close, but as I went into that concert, I found myself, I was on a Weird Al kick. I kind of have been for like the past month, so I've been jamming out to some Weird Al, bringing back memories of the fun songs in the 80s and 90s. But he's got some stuff from the 2000s. I hadn't been paying attention, but had a great time. Had a little getaway with the wife. We needed that. Wedding anniversary, 21 years this year. So she's put up with me for that long, so God love her. Should apply for sainthood. But as far as firewood, as far as the wood yard, I'm back, and I'm back to stack. So it is hot. It's hot right now. This is actually July 1st as I record this. I'll try to get this footage out in relatively short order, but I think it was 98 degrees here today. Right now it's about 7:15. And it's about 91, 92. I still got sunlight, out there higher up in the field, but down here in the wood yard, I'm in the shade. But what I'm going to do today is I've got to fill the roadside stand. Believe it or not, people are buying firewood in this 100-degree weather. Not as fast as, in the cold, but people are camping. 4th of July holidays coming up, so I want to make sure I've got lots of wood in the stand. So I thought a good opportunity, get some content out for everybody, and show you, why I stack. If you've been following the channel, you know that I hand stack into IBC totes. As you can see, I've got one here behind me with the rain cap off. Well, this is how I do it. I just pick up this tote out here with the tractor and I just drive it up to the stand. So if I stack into the totes, it's easier to pull out and I fit more in. So the more wood I can fit in one of these totes, the less trips I have to take back and forth to the roadside stand. For me, this is how I do it. This is what works for me. Woodyard dogs out here. Whopper didn't make it. Cherry's hanging though. All right. Kind of a rundown of the setup. I intentionally put the totes in the yard like this with the skinny side facing out for a couple reasons. I like having the rain caps positioned to where they shed water not onto the adjacent tote. And then picking up on the forks this way, I like having the cutout side on the left side, if you're, at the operator's left, if you're sitting on the tractor operating it. And you'll see that in a few minutes when I get up to the stand. That just works well with how my arrangement is on the road. All right, and when I do drive up there, I'm actually going to back up my driveway. and you'll see that in a few minutes when I get in position. All right, well, got the rain cap off. It's not going to get any cooler. Might as well just get going. One of those days it's so hot, I don't want to wear a hat, but coming up the hill with that sun shining in my face, I had to have something. All right, so you can see where I have the camera right now that I'm pretty close to the road. So that's the end of my driveway right there. Okay, and there's the road. That is a county maintained road. It's not a private road, so I got to be mindful of, you know, my neighbors and passersby. It is a dead end. This is not a connecting road to any other state highway or route or anything like that, so there's not a whole lot of traffic. But you know, the camera's probably not doing it justice. The hill that I backed up to get up here, it's not crazy steep. It's steep enough. But when I get up here, I back up because I don't want to have to turn around once I get up here. And then there's not that much room here. You see my tractor. You can see how much room my tractor has. There's lots of room for people to pull a car in here or a truck and load up firewood. Put out the video where I deployed this stand. I had a lot of comments saying, oh, you should have put that in the middle so people could drive to both sides. And well, there's a redbud tree right there just off camera you can't see. And all the women in my family are dead set against cutting down redbud trees. And I like them too. But if it ever dies and I can get a little more real estate up here, then yeah, I'll actually I can put a parking spot on the other side of it. I forgot to show you this side of the stand before I started loading the wood. I don't know if I'll put this footage in before I start unloading or after. So anyway, depending on how I do it, that explains why there's some wood missing out of that tote. I've already filled the front stacks. All right, so that's the tree I was talking about, a little redbud tree. And that is, I guess, about 6-7 feet wide, give or take. If in the future that little redbud tree bites it, you know, I'll extend this gravel down, you know, about here, and then people can drive to both sides. But right now, I see guys pull their trucks alongside here and load or pull up to the side, so it doesn't seem to really stop anybody. Where my goals when I'm filling the stand is, I don't want my tractor on the road at all, obviously, and I'd like to try to leave my driveway open, right? So any of you that got a busy family, you know there's always a kid or a mom or somebody going somewhere, right? So if I can have my tractor off to the side to let the driveway have a clean shot at all times, I prefer that. So this method does that. All right, we're going to load up these front sides. I'm going to reposition the tractor with cameras to show you how I get to the back side. A lot of weird twisty pieces in this one. So a lot of this first tote, I don't know if the camera's picking it up, kind of odd shaped pieces. It'll burn just fine. Just doesn't stack real well, so I'm just kind of doing 1 or 2 pieces at a time. When I have the nice easy splits, I can just really chuck it in there. But I try to save these for my stacks and my straighter stuff to make bundles out of. All right, there's 3 rows, and so one of these totes should make 8 of those stacks. Oftentimes stop at 7, because as you see, I like to get, I like to fill it all the way. Sometimes you gotta find little pieces to nudge in there and when you get to the top. So oftentimes I only do 7 stacks, and then I just take what I got back and I might make bundles out of what I got left. Let's just get this moved and get this job done. Definitely, as I'm going through this, I try to stack what I call the unbundleables, right? You're not putting that in a bundle, Definitely try to put this stuff in the stack and save the straighter stuff for my bundles. Maybe one of these days I'll get smart enough to just split bundle wood in a tote by itself, but I just put everything in one spot for now. All right, that is how I stack. Here's what's left after filling 7 stacks. So it ought to be just enough, you know, because this overfilled tote should be 1/3 of a cord. 8 of my stacks up there make 1/3 of a cord because they're each 4 foot by 1 foot.